Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for pressing play and wanting to find out what this video is about. And yes, as you've seen from the title, I will be reviewing a book by A.B. de Villiers titled A.B. the Autobiography. Now, as you know, that the COVID-19 pandemic has literally just overtaken the world, and we as South Africans are also affected, and particularly as cricket fans have been affected by this pandemic. There aren't any cricket games that are taking place at the moment, and so there aren't any games that I can review, and I've decided to rather come back on my platform and do a book review, particularly a book around cricket, because I mean, Beyond the Boundary it's all about cricket. Anyway, so if you want to hear my thoughts and opinions on this book, make sure that you continue watching. For now, let's cue in the intro, guys. Yeah, it's Beyond the Boundary. Yep, and today we're not doing a match summary, but we are doing a book review. And as mentioned in my intro, it is A.B. the Autobiography. And I've compartmentalized how I'm going to approach this video and what it is that I'm going to talk about. And just to give you an idea, I will talk about the intro, I will talk about what A.B. writes about in this book, and how he writes, his writing style. I will talk about some of the things that I didn't really, things that I'm not quite fond of in terms of this book, and then I'll just give it a rating. Yeah, so let's go into it. I actually want to cue in this video. I want you to check this video. Check this out.
Offside and just flicked it. Now belongs to A.B. de Villiers. The fastest 100 in ODI cricket belongs to this man, the South African captain. Absolutely sensational work, a brilliant player, and this is why he's the best one-day international batsman in the world. Stunning performance, A.B. de Villiers.
18th of January 2015, the record has been broken. It's been a sublime performance by A.B. de Villiers. Shots that you don't come to watch every single day.
Hallelujah. Who are we mere mortals that we had a man like A.B. de Villiers walk among us? That video so that you could check out just how glorious of those innings were. Well, it was a match against West Indies at the Wanderers Cricket Stadium. It was Pink Day there, and yeah, AB went in and he just put on a performance of his lifetime. He hit 149 runs from 44 deliveries, guys. And the reason why I linked to that video is because that's how he starts off this book. He starts it off on a high note, just so that you can remember and know how great he is. And the beauty about how he narrates those innings is he narrates it like a seasoned cricket commentator. He literally commentates how he just really talks about his strokes and his cuts. And in the midst of that cricket commentary, he also gives us a commentary on his thoughts and what he goes through as the bowler bowls in, and whether he should premeditate a shot or actually moments where he tells us that he comes back to himself and tells himself to reconcentrate. Even as he hits his 50 or his century, there are moments where he tells himself, okay, enough with the celebration, I need to reconcentrate. So it's a multifaceted commentary where he commentates about his shots, commentates about his thinking pattern and his thoughts, and commentates about what is happening around him. He talks about how a man at slip is chirping him, or he talks about just the atmosphere at the Bullring Cricket Stadium. It is beautifully written, and I will commend AB for really pulling us in entirely in those moments of glory. And you find that that kind of writing style literally is painted throughout the entire book, because the book is around his cricketing career. As much as he does delve into how he grew up, where he grew up, and his family and his schooling career, but the predominant factor of this book is his cricketing career and his batting and his innings. He talks about all the different innings that he played throughout the world, at different seasons, and playing against different nations, and he literally just pulls you in, and you literally have this vivid image of his innings, and you can't help but think of how glorious of a talented individual that he is. Now, another thing I want to mention is how, as mentioned, he does talk about his schooling career and growing up in Bella Bella and being one of three kids, and how he used to play a lot of cricket in his backyard, and he also talks about the opportunities that have found him, and I can't help but think of Malcolm Gladwell's book titled Outliers, where Malcolm talks about putting in 10,000 hours in order for us to get to mastery stage of whatever career we want to get into, whatever skill that we want to master. We need to put in 10,000 hours, and you can't help but think that AB put in so many hours into grooming and upskilling and being the amazing talent that he is today. And also Malcolm touches on the fact that the reason why some people get to be as successful as they are is because they have the privilege of having to be born at the right time, at the right place, within the right family structure, with the right kind of opportunities. And you cannot, not that I'm taking away from AB's talent, but he was privileged enough to get certain opportunities than any other Tom, Dick, and Harry would not get. And yeah, because it's just amazing how after high school, in his first year, he got a call from the Titans manager to say, hey, bruh, come through. We need someone to play for Titans. And then from Titans, play for this. From there, play for that. Because he knew the guy from his schooling years. So do you understand that there's certain opportunities that were just like, he was privileged. He was privileged to get the opportunities that he got. But I love the fact that he worked so hard. Yo, guys. Anyway, the beautiful thing about the book is that it's a build-up to the 2015 World Cup that was a failure. So you anticipate that chapter because you know it's coming. You know it's coming. If you're a cricket lover and you've watched these games and you see his writing style, you know that chapter's coming. And when it comes, I did appreciate the chapter, and I did appreciate how honest he was in that chapter, but I felt like there was no depth in the explanation about why Vernon was picked over Kyle Abbott. We're still not sure if it was a quota thing. We're still not sure if whether it was a selection on just a cricketing reason. We're not sure because he as a captain is not sure. How do you not know? Those are just my thoughts. But he explains at the end. One thing I appreciated at the end is that he explains at the end of that chapter why they lost that game against New Zealand. And those are fair reasons, and I respect him for that. But yeah, overall, I appreciated reading this book. It was a book that many of us need to read so we can know and remember the legend that is AB and how glorious of a talent he is. And yeah. And I want to finish with this note, that the reason why he is such an amazing talent is because there was a day where he decided that he would be the best batsman in the world, and he did everything in his power to be that, meaning he put in the work. He practiced day in and day out to become the number one batsman in the world. And that reminds me of a power of a decision. Once we make a decision to be great, and we do, and we accompany that with the necessary action, that there's nothing that can stop us in the world. And I commend him for sharing those thoughts with us, that he made a decision to be great, and he became great, and he still is great. My only thought is, will he come back for the 2020 T20 World Cup that's happening in Australia in October? I wish he does. I hope he does, so that he can possibly, that dream that he dreamt of, being at cover, hitting the stumps, and eventually winning a World Cup, that dream is yet to come true. And I hope that he says yes, and he's part of the T20 World Cup that will go to Australia this year and helps the team to win the World Cup. But we'll see. But it was a glorious book, and thank you so much, AB, for sharing this with us. Really appreciate it. Get the book, read it, and share your thoughts on it. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye!